What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to retract and extend a flap slat. Just like every other aircraft, I believe the process is basically similar for every other aircraft, but currently I'm in an Airbus 220 and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it specifically on this aircraft. Like I said, the process is basically similar, but when I was in school, I never really had an idea of how to do it. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it. So before I do any retraction and extension, there's a lot of precaution and also some process you got to put in mind. The first thing I usually do personally is I go to my hydraulic page. And what exactly am I looking for? I'm looking at the quantity of my hydraulics. For this aircraft specifically, we have three hydraulic systems. We have the hydraulic 1, 3, and 2. And this is totally, the flap and slat is totally operated by hydraulics, right? So you want to make sure you have hydraulic, decent hydraulic levels, and you can tell that by the green bar. So whenever the bar is green, that means your hydraulic pressure is good. And also the hydraulic pressure can vary basically based on the temperature of the day. So when it's cold, it might drop a little bit down, and when it's hot, it might go up a little bit. And the good thing about this aircraft that I really like is when it comes to my hydraulic system, as you guys can see right here, there's a lot of system here listed. So this actually shows you which hydraulic is responsible for a specific aircraft system or flight control, right? So if you look at my hydraulic 1, you can see I have it's operating the left elevator, the rudder, the ground spoiler, the flight spoiler, the flap gear, and left thrust reverser. If you look at my hydraulic 2, it's operating the left-right elevator, it's operating the rudder, it's operating the aileron, the flight spoiler, the flap slat, right? And if you look at my hydraulic 2, it's operating the elevator rise, the rudder, aileron, flight spoiler, slats, nose steering, reverser, and the PCU, right? So this is something I really like specifically. So now I know I am operating my flap and slat, and I can actually use one system to operate the flap and slat. But the good thing is, it's really advisable to use the three system. The reason is because for you to operate the flap and slat properly, you need a lot of hydraulic pressure. And in order to move the flap fast enough, I usually on the three system. As you can see, for hydraulic 2, it operates the slat, but does not operate the flap. For hydraulic 1, it operates the flap, but does not operate the slat. But for hydraulic 3, it operates the flap slat. Me personally, I usually on the three system to operate my flap and slat, right? And also you can see, you guys can see, this is you can see the 3A, the 3B, 2B, and 2A. This is basically the engine, the EDP, so the engine driven pump, right? So basically I'm going to be showing you guys how to operate the flap and slat. And when it comes to operating, you have your lever right here. So this is the lever to move the flap and slat. And then when it comes to the indication is usually on the ICAS, right? The ICAS is basically a display unit that shows the engine parameters. Whenever you have like a CAS message, an info message, an advisory message, you can see it on the ICAS page. And also you can also see the flap and slats indication. And also the good thing about this, you can actually see the flap and slat position. As you can see, this bar right here is for my slat, and this is for my slat, and it's for my flap. As you can see right now, it's saying 5 degrees. So by right now, I already extended my flap. The reason is because we have to do some inspection and lubrication of the landing gear. So it requires us to extend and retract the flap. So right now my flap and slat are fully extended, right? So right now I'm going to retract the flap and slat, which I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But the first thing, before you extend and retract any flap, there's a lot of safety precautions you got to do. You're dealing with hydraulics, you're dealing with a lot of flight controls. People can be downstairs. You got to make sure you let them know. You're going to turn up hydraulics. The good thing is right now I'm the only person working on this aircraft, so regardless, I still got to go downstairs and have one of my buddy downstairs watching both flap and slat to make sure nobody goes around the aircraft. So I'm gonna go do my walk around, make sure everything is safe before I retract it, and I will see you guys very soon. So right now I have done my walk around. I have one of my body downstairs, making sure no one goes around the flight controls, the flap and slat. So that's the first thing I usually do, so everything is safe to retract the flap and slat. The first thing you want to do right now is to turn on your hydraulics, which I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But before I turn it on, I want you guys to pay attention to this. You can see the PSI of right now. So right now there's no pressure. Right now you're seeing 50 PSI. For this aircraft specifically, the max PSI for hydraulic system to move the flap and slat is about 3000 PSI. And once I turn on the hydraulic, you can actually see the PSI rise, which I'm going to show you guys, right? When it comes to turning on the hydraulic system, you can see on my panels that you have the hydraulic system, right? I have the hydraulic 2B, this is my 3B, this is a PTU, and this is a 3A. This is basically the engine, right? The EDP. Right now, I'm just going to turn on my 2B first, then my PTU, right? The 2P is I'm going to turn on my PTU after, then I'm going to turn on my 3A. Before I usually turn on any hydraulic system, the first thing I usually do for safety, another safety precaution we have, is to pull the MEC call. So basically just to make sure everyone on ground is aware that you're about to turn on the hydraulic system. So this is what I'm going to do right now. So now I'm going to turn on my hydraulic system 2B. As you can see, my PSI is rising to 3000. I'm going to turn on the PTU, right? Rising through to 3000. Then I'm going to turn on my 3B. Okay, now, so my systems are fully pressurized now. So I have 3000 on all the hydraulic system, right? So now the next thing I'm gonna do, of course, is to move my flaps. Well, you guys are gonna notice something, right? Whenever I move the flap and slat, there are some degrees whereby only the flap will move and the slat will not move. So just pay attention to that, right? So right now we are at number 5. Right? To move the lever, all you gotta do first, there's a latch here. So basically you bring the latch up and move it forward. Personally, I usually go from one angle to another, 1 degree to another. It's better that way, right? I know some people like going all the way to 0, from 5 to 0. Me personally, and according to AMM, you want to go 1 step to another. So in order to move it, you just got to take the latch right here, right? You pull it up so you guys can see properly. So you pull it up and just move forward, right? As you can see, my flap is moving, but my slat is also moving, right? So once it's green, now I can go to the next angle, right? You guys notice for number 3, only my flap moved, but my slats did not move, right? And you probably notice the same thing right now. Watch number 2, right? And the last one, number 1. You also notice for number 1, only my flap moved, but the slats did not move, right? So now I'm gonna move to the final, which is 0. So now we are at 0 degrees. Basically, that's out to retract. And in order to extend the flap is basically the opposite, right? For me, I usually stay like 2-3 seconds. Make sure everything is all, perfectly slammed. Everything is perfectly flushed before I turn off my hydraulic system. So for my hydraulic system, I usually go from 2 PTU 3. To turn it off, I usually go backwards. So I go 3, you see my 3 dropping, the PSI dropping, right? Then I go to my PTU, which is my power transfer unit, right? Then I go to my 2. So you want to wait a little bit, couple seconds for the for the pressure to drop, which is going to take some time. Anyways, I'm not gonna spend too much time showing you guys the pressure dropping more. So basically, that's how to extend and retract the flap for the Airbus 220. Like I said, the process is basically the same thing for every other aircraft. I don't think there's a different process for a different aircraft, except from the 787. The 787, in order to move the flap, you gotta put the spoiler up for you to be moved, for you to be able to move the flap. And the reason is because the clearance between the spoiler and the flap is really close. So whenever the flap goes up, there's a tendency of the flap actually crushing to the spoiler. Apart from the 787, I'm not sure of the 777 if it's the same process, but for the 220 it's pretty easy. For some weird reason, the 787, the spoilers usually drop a lot, but the 220 is pretty good with that. You don't have to move the spoiler up. So yeah, that's how to retract your flap. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of videos. If you like this type of videos, let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna make more videos like this. For you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Peter. I am a licensed aircraft maintenance engineer, and I have hundreds of videos regarding aircraft maintenance engineering on my channel. So if you find my videos informative and you want to learn more about aircraft maintenance engineering, click the link in me, check out the videos in my channel, and let me know what kind of videos you want me to make next. All right, for you guys that are apprentices right now, we're about to graduate, and you need someone to help you build your resume, help you preparation with interview, help you out so you can get a job as fast as possible. This is something I can help you out with. All you got to do is click the link in the description and book a consultation, and let me see how I can help you out. All right, for you guys that are new to my channel, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.